What's up? What's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome to another iconic episode. Uncensored Minds Reloaded 165. The crew is here live in the flesh. Make sure to like and share the video, please. If you are not a member, run over to the channel, TaylorMade TV, sign up. We have different levels that will fit and cater to you, perks, merch, all kinds of other dope shit. So please make sure if you are not a member, sign up. Make sure to say something in the chat, even if it's just a heart. Let us know that you are here so we can feel the love. Welcome to the world's greatest conversation. We are here to bring you an amazing, amazing show. Starting with the entertainment quick spin, followed by the main event. Let's go. Tune in. Nell, where you at?
What's popping? What's popping? What's popping? Welcome to
You
episode.
on mute, baby?
I'm on mute. I'm muted up. Can you hear
There
me?
you go. I can hear you now.
Episode 165. Let's get right into it. We got a couple of updates. Let's share some updates. Congratulations in order for the Little Mermaid. If you don't know who that is, Holly Bailey. I'm about to say Berry. Holly Bailey delivers a healthy baby boy. She named him Halo. Um,
Yes.
with rapper DDG. Congratulations to those two who been keeping it under wraps and having us fans speculate at every turn when they seen her. But shout outs to her for delivering a healthy baby boy and to that couple right there for welcoming new life into the world. What's up with the Little Mermaid? She doing big things.
Oh, it's so cute. Like she hid that entire pregnancy really, really well. I think people actually had a inkling that she was pregnant by just her clothing and the rumors that were swirling. But she did a good job at protecting her pregnancy, and keeping it away from the public eye, just so that she wouldn't get the jeers and the sneers and all that good stuff. And yes, they delivered a healthy baby boy January 6th. Halo is such a cute name, is it not? It's so cute.
It's a fast forward name. It's one of those dope names that's current and fresh. So shout outs to that family over there for bringing a new life
Yes.
to the crew. Also, another update: Jonathan Majors. He speaks about after being found guilty. Ish, a resident legalist here. Like, what was he saying?
So, Jonathan Majors, as we all know, has been found guilty of assault and also, I believe, threats, if I'm not mistaken, terroristic threats or something of that sort. He will be soon sentenced and will face what it is that he is. Hey, Rhonda. He will soon face the music at his sentencing. And basically, he did this most recent interview discussing his guilty verdict and what it means to him. And basically, he was saying, hey, listen, I'm not quite sure how this has even happened.
Mm-hmm.
The video was clear. I have, spoke even on audio about, how I was trying to regulate the situation. And somehow it has all gone awry. And he still got found guilty. But what everybody is rapping about now is how he keeps bringing up the name
Correct.
Coretta Scott King. What are your thoughts about his references? One, to the woman who he's found guilty of assaulting, his then girlfriend, and also referencing Megan Good as his Coretta in this most recent interview. What are your thoughts about his use of Coretta Scott King's name?
As we mentioned Coretta Scott King, let's not forget Martin Luther King. We will be celebrating Martin Luther King's birthday tomorrow. Shout outs to all those who are off for a day of service in honor of Dr. King. Tomorrow is also another big day here. Since it minds the whole family, the big guy's birthday, the kid, the shit starter, the prophet, whatever you want to call him, his birthday is. So, tomorrow is a very, very big day. But let's get back to Coretta and Scott King. I think it's just telling that, he's looking for quote unquote his Coretta. And he wants to project that on every woman it seems like that he's with. And one thing we come to realize is we can't force people into a box that we want them to fit into, right? It's like putting that round spear into like a box or whatever they call it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Did
Doesn't
you Yeah, did you see that her daughter made a statement in regards to the use of her name? Do you feel like he was just using it as a reference, just like, referencing a strong black woman who, held down Martin Luther King,
I
and
I get
persevered, or
it.
how
I
do you think he
the
was using
strength of on a sense of a man. I get it. The sheer presence of a powerful, strong woman who stuck by her man through it all. You know, through the allegations. You know, him being away from home, him being a freedom fighter, him just going through so much, and still also being her husband and the father of her children, and still holding the household down and him down. So I understand the references. You know,
it?
when we think of strong black women, Coretta Scott King comes to mind, Michelle Obama, and the likes thereof. When it comes to a strong black woman and her husband, um, and I can understand the references. I just can't understand why he wanted to reference and put that on that white woman who has no understanding of culture. Now, Megan Good, on the other hand, is receiving, or what should how am I putting this? Is capable of receiving that type of praise because she's standing behind him through this difficult time in his life. She's her loyalty hasn't waned. Her presence is strong and amazing. So I can understand why he then referenced her as such. That's why we just got to be careful when we go out here and we become successful and we jump to the other side. And that's not to say there's nothing wrong with the other side. It's just not everybody knows and understands culture. Not everybody knows and understands plight. Not everybody understands what we've been through, and the things that we're looking for when it comes to venturing outside of our culture. So, um, let I know has been a lesson learned for him, and also an eye-opening experience for seeing actually what loyalty looks like and how a strong black woman like Megan Good herself is holding him down.
Facts. Now, what do you think about his tears? Do you think that they come in a sense of exactly what you're speaking of? Damn, like, I mean, he already basically stated, like, I placed myself in this position. So, I am partly to blame about this. But his tears, do you think they come, a moment too late? Or do you think that they were heartfelt tears that he shed?
I don't never think tears can come too late because emotions are emotions. You
Yeah.
never know that he has to live with this for the rest of his life.
Mhm.
His reputation has now been tarnished. His image has been tarnished. His career looks like it's on a downslide. Everyone and everything that was associated with Jonathan Majors has pulled out, and you know people that once said they were his friend have alienated him. So,
Mhm.
when you're left alone to wallow in the bed that you've made, at times it gets hard, it's lonely, and it's tough.
Mhm.
And the emotions are. I feel the emotions are genuine. It's just at this time he just has to deal with this. One thing I will say about Hollywood is it loves the redemption story. So he will probably get that opportunity to redeem himself career wise.
Yeah.
But that do for him um, mentally as a man? What does this do mentally for his psyche and also, his trust and people? So I would, I'm excited to see exactly, his bounce back in this because I never want to see nobody. We never want to see nobody going through the doldrums of, what he's going through when it looks like that he wasn't the aggressor. He actually was trying to not only defend himself but to get away from the situation, as we always speak upon. But he just
Mhm.
got a situation and it has went a little too deep.
Right. So I got two questions. Nell, one for you. And then I'm going to go to the ladies in the chat for the second question. But my question to you is, you're having an altercation with your significant other. Something pops up on your phone. She gets emotional. She goes for your phone. She grabs it and she gains control over the phone. Okay. You're at an impasse because one, you may not want her to see what's going on the phone, or, it's your possession. Don't touch my shit. X, Y, and Z. How are you handling that?
I
Because,
don't. I think it's so. I think when we're in that, when we're not in that moment, we can say what we would do and what we wouldn't do. We could say all the time, "Oh, I'm gonna just let her have it. I'm gonna just." You never know what your emotions, your adrenaline. You never know what the situation. You never know what transpired 5 minutes before. You never know where you're at mentally. Hopefully, um, my logic kicks in and not emotion. My logic kicks in and takes over for the emotion, and I just say, you know what, you got it. And what comes from this conversation after you get, your hands on whatever you get your hands on, and exposes whatever exposes or doesn't, then we can have a conversation there. Hopefully it doesn't go to the physical or it's just extremely left. And that's what we hope for. But and when you involved in those moments, the first thing is to become defensive, reach for your shit, pull away, or even once a person gets the stuff, pull away. Whatever you do, is just, it could get real crazy, when emotions are involved, and it seems to get heightened when we are in those moments.
yeah, yeah. And I think that's the scary part about it now, because you figure, well, one, it's my possession. Like, it's mine. It's my phone. So, like, keep your hands to yourself. Don't touch my shit. Um but then it's also like, would it blow up worse if she were to actually see what was taking place in the phone? So it's like, the scales are tipped either way, because you don't know exactly, the reaction you're going to get from one point to the other. But I want to ask the ladies to comment in the chat. If you are Megan Good, how are you feeling right now? um a lot of flack is coming down on her simply because she was married to a preacher. And now, she is in this relationship with Jonathan Majors, and he's having these legal troubles. And now a conviction on his record, his careers in the balance. If we are Megan Good, how are we feeling, ladies? I'm just interested to know what the ladies are feeling. I mean, honestly, if I was her, you have to commend her for coming into a relationship where the legal troubles are just starting. Like, I mean, she literally came into the fire. So
But what
you have to commend her.
question again for the people in the comment? I'm interested in.
Mhm. If you are Megan Good, how are you feeling right now? I mean, like I said, she came in the fire. Like, she stepped right into the fire when he was being under scrutiny for these charges, going through the trial, the ups and the downs of that, the emotional roller coaster that I am sure it could have been in dealing with the media, and the cancellation of contracts and uh TV shows or whatever might have been lined up for him. What are you feeling as his woman by his side? So that's what I'm interested in, just a lady standpoint.
Well,
If
Denise
I
says, "I love you. I'm not going anywhere."
right,
You know what I
right.
mean? Leah says she's doing exactly what she's supposed to do, but I honestly don't know how I would feel. And
Mhm.
that's why I asked you to repeat that, because I'm actually interested to see exactly what a lot of people will say. Being
Yeah.
the side of this conversation, it sounds good when we hear people say, "Oh, I'm gonna stick by him. I'm gonna be that, but that." Um, but my question to everyone out there, especially the ladies, would be: then why are you so concerned when we have conversations and we're getting to know each other? Why are you concerned about how my past relationships ended? Because if you're going to stick by me regardless of whatever, because you fuck with me, you like me, you love me, then why are you concerned about what went on in the past? Are you now basing what happened in the past, and you're allowing yourself to maybe kind of see yourself in that situation, or you're going to allow your mind to take you there and think you're in that type of situation? Like, I'm interested to see exactly what people have to say, because it sounds good when we think about it from a, just a level scale. But you got to put yourself and entrench yourself into that to say, I don't think I could deal with that. Or, yeah, I could deal with that, and I can, push out that outside noise because I'm rocking with this person based upon what me and them got together.
Mhm, mhm. I think it's easy to be like, "Oh, I can do this." Like, you know what I mean? I would be able to do this, but I think sometimes until we're entrenched in certain situations, we'll never really truly know. We can honor our man, we can stand by him no matter what, and we can have a certain level of love for him, but in regards to what comes after that, because it's not just standing by your man, you know what I mean, all the time. It is the months and the years and the things to follow that stand true. You know what I mean? So it is uh going through the good times, the bad times, the repercussions. So she's standing by him now, but what happens 6 months down the line when his contracts doesn't get renewed right away, or he doesn't have that immediate redemption story that you spoke about? And so that's where her perseverance and her love for him will have to truly shine true, you know what I mean, and stand strong, because it can falter if it's not bulletproof. So, it's going to be interesting to see exactly how their story plays out.
Yeah, that's my question. That's what I'm basically asking. Would you be in fear that you may be next?
Mhm.
You, after knowing what you've known and stuck by this person, or going through this tribulation and trial with your person, would you then, after it's all said and done, would you be guarded, or let your mind take you there to to scare yourself and thinking you're next?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to personally say, for me, I can't speak for anybody else, but even if I'm in support of him and I'm standing next to him and standing strong, um depending upon, things that happen in the future, I might always reference back to this situation, no matter if I'm in support of him or not. It may be something that floats around my brain every now and again. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Could this very well happen to me? Could he be, talking to other women and getting these type of texts, or, just whatever. Like, sometimes those thoughts do cross your mind. It's just all a matter of how you intend to proceed from that point forward.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We could talk about this topic all day and all night, but we got to move on. That was our update section, of things that we covered in 2023, and they're still here with us in 2024. Our entertainment quick spin. Unfortunately, 2024 has opened up, and we have an untimely death upon us. Yo Gotti, his brother, was killed leaving a funeral. Not only was he, killed leaving a funeral, he was shot down, and he was shot down in front of his own mother. Which, if she didn't get out the car, I heard she would have succumbed to, um, her injuries, or injuries that's left by these stray bullets that may have hit her. But she got out and left her son dead. Uh,
Mm.
our condolences go out to the Yo Gotti family, as they mourn the loss of their loved one. But we already started in 2024. It is December. It is January 14th, and nothing has slowed down as far as the murders, the shootings, and all of the craziness.
Yeah, not at all, not at all. So, from just, things that I'm hearing and reports that I am reading, and just like the constant updates about this situation, they, were at the funeral for their uncle and laying him to rest, when what seems to be a targeted shooting, um basically what is circulating and swarming, is that this is in retaliation for the young Dolph murder. Um, and those are unconfirmed statements and stories that are circulating, as we don't truly know the full story, but that is what the Memphis police are suggesting, that this could be in retaliation for the young Dolph murder. And as we know, young Dolph was murdered, I believe, over a year, almost two now, maybe even more. And he was a rap artist out of Memphis, and this could be in retaliation to that. But it is horrible when you are grieving and you are mourning a loss, and then you are witness to yet another loss. Like, that trauma is crazy.
I have a question though. Not only are you our resident legalist, but you're now a recording artist. As a
Facts.
recording artist, at once you make it, is it now time to go?
Yeah, it's
Our
crazy, right?
city that once um put their energy, their faith, and all their resources behind you, is it now time to leave that and go to a neutral zone? Not
Right.
just, but also your family as well, because
Yeah.
that's, and also the hate that comes along with it. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, yeah. Like, for me, and being somebody that's stepping into the artistry, I'm a little different, just simply because, I'm not trying to be a rap artist or a rapper. Mine is just simply coming from just a creative standpoint. But for those who are in fact like wanting this to be a career move, and actually stepping into the music industry, is scary, because this is all that you're seeing. It becomes so malicious now, where beef used to be back in the day just on wax. People could go to rap battles and ciphers, and they could let loose, and it would be all daps and big ups at the end of it, and showing love. And everybody will wake up to see the next day. But now, rap beef, in whatever city it might fall upon, is really vicious right now. And so I feel for those who want to still be entrenched in this game, and may not wake up to see another day. And it's crazy. I personally have been at a funeral of someone who has gotten murdered in the city of Philadelphia in 2006, and was in the middle of a shootout. So it don't even have to be
Yeah,
rat beef.
it don't have to be rap even. And you
It
know what?
don't have to be rat beef.
That's why I say it's so much. I don't post my locations. I don't tell where I'm going to be. I don't
Mhm,
put family in the mix. You never know who got smoke with you. You never know who got some issue with you from things that may have happened 5, 10, even 15, 20 years ago.
mhm,
And that's why I move the way I move. And a lot of people always question, well, what are you hiding, and what are you trying to, what? I'm trying to hide my people from the bullshit. Not to say bullshit, but you never know. And I want my people to be safe. I don't need no drama. I don't need no issues. I don't need no issues to even arise to put myself or my family in danger. That's the way I. That's the reason why I move the way I move, for issues and situations just like this right here.
mhm,
The moment we start posting our every little tidbit of our life and whatever, you give people a front row access to come and get you, come and find you, come and find your family, come and find your peoples, whatever. I,
mhm,
I just don't got time for that, and I'm not living my life sheltered in a bubble or a secret. I'm living my life, but I don't choose to. I don't choose, and I don't see it necessary for the outside public to have a front row seat to see exactly what's going on, if they have finances facilitated this lifestyle I'm trying to live. So you got to be careful out here. And this is one of the reasons, and this is another opportunity for us to open our eyes to not needing to post every little thing, every little detail, keeping yourself safe, keeping your family safe. Because what had it been if it would have been a bullet, not kill the brother, but hit the mother. Now they both lost out on their mother, and now they grieving some street shit, and the mother's caught up in the middle of that, and she ain't had nothing to do with that. So we got to be careful with this shit that we do, and the moves that we make. Is when it's regarding us and the people that we love, because they're around us. Any last words on that?
Yeah. And I was just thinking that too, T. If you're Angela, does this spark up trauma from already losing her baby daddy? And should she stay with the old Gotti? Absolutely. A good question, because for those who may not have known, Angela lost her son's father to violence and a shooting. And she had to deal with that grief and raising her son, who doesn't have a father now. In dating Yo Gotti, it's interesting to see if in fact there could be recurring um similarities.
Yeah. We'll see what this looks like. Bloodshed, eye for an eye.
Yeah.
Who's next? Does this
Yeah.
end? Does this end the proverbial beef? Does this, wash each other out to where now, whatever? I doubt it. Uh,
Right.
but we'll see. Keep our
Yeah.
fingers crossed that everything works out for the best. And again, our condolences go out to Yo Gotti and his family. She should be nervous. So Janine says she should be nervous. Would you be nervous? Because this goes right back to the Jonathan Major situation.
Right. Yeah.
Knowing a person's situation, are you standing by them? So that's why I asked this question, because I knew this was next. So
Mm.
we say we'll stand by them, knowing their past or knowing whatever, but are we really standing by them? Because this is a situation right here. It was asked: would you be scared that you could be next? Would you be scared that you could be tied up in some shit that you have nothing to do with? This is
Yeah.
here. This is what we were talking about. Again, it sounds good when it says we will stay and stick behind because that's my man or that's my lady, and I don't care what nobody else got going on or saying. But this right here is a real life situation. Are you staying or are you going?
Yeah. I mean, when you love somebody, it's hard to just simply walk away and that there's not a reason that they have directly done to you for you to walk away. So it's difficult, and she's probably, having thoughts in her mind about, oh my God, like, what is this? What am I facing now? Is he going to now retaliate against them, or folks going to retaliate against them? Is he in danger? Am I in danger? Is my child in danger? Because I'm sure their family has blended. So I know it's probably a lot of things going on in her head right now, um that she just probably does not know what the hell she's going to do. If it was me,
So,
I don't know either.
so now you was just Angela. Be Reverend. Be your mother. How would you feel if you are the mother or father of Angela, and what are you calling her and saying after finding this out? What you saying? Are you, baby girl, be careful. Baby girl, leave that nigga alone. This is another telltale sign of why you shouldn't be. What you're saying as a parent.
Yeah. I don't necessarily know if I will be one of those parents to say, "Hey, listen, leave him, like leave him alone. You can't mess with him." Because this is not a direct reflection of who he is as a man and as a man to you. This would be based solely on his affiliation with others, and what could ultimately, rain down on him as a direct effect. So I don't know if I would necessarily be like, yo, you got to get out of that situation. But, I would definitely stress upon caution in regards to upcoming movements, the baby being in certain vicinities. Um, I see people saying possible relocation. Yes, relocation maybe. Because if you think about it, whoever took out this hit, they waited. They knew, because this was so out in the open about the funeral services for the uncles. They couldn't necessarily catch nobody on a regular. So they waited for an open forum to be able to know their location and be able to plot out this hit. So, maybe a relocation could help and eliminate, and what I mean, kind of keep them away from the open. I don't know, but I wouldn't say leave them alone per se if I
Y'all,
was.
y'all friend here. The men, what the men are saying is, we leaving y'all out of the beef. We keeping y'all in a safe location. We not think y'all. Yeah, it's different because their relationship is public. They have a public relationship. But for the most part, we only see them when they calculating, when they post and calculate it. Either if it's a concert or if they're going on vacation. One thing I will say about Yo Gotti, and how he moves very militant. He was not at the funeral in Memphis. He was, away from that. His family was there. But from the things that he says in prior interviews and things like that, he said, yo, it's no reason for me to be in the hood chilling. There's nothing in the hood for me anymore. The only time I'm in the hood is if I go handle some business, go to my restaurant or whatever the case may be, go check my family out. But for the most part, there's no chilling in the hood or doing these things like that. And at a certain point in life, we gotta say, are the streets for me or are they not? And the streets have a expiration date. Nothing in the street has ever, if we've looked back on it, haven't had a high success rate. Either you end up dead or in jail. So this, with the term "the streets don't love you," this is another telltale sign that the streets don't love you. But I pray that those two um, continue to be blessed. That's all we can hope for, is the blessings of those two on making it on successfully in a relationship, also in life as well. All right. Janine says, "Keep me private until it's necessary." What that mean? What does that mean, Janine? Explain that a little bit for us. Keep me private until it's necessary. If you want to expound on that, I would love for you to expound on that at any time tonight when you do post your comment. We'll bring it up. Um, T says, I think you got to totally separate until shit gets handled, or you have to relocate. Wow, he's saying, got to separate. Do you agree with that? Because could a separation be detrimental to the health and wealth of your relationship? Mm.
I think in this instance, for the safety of everyone, when there are extenuating circumstances as such as this, I think it would be feasible, and that it might not necessarily hurt the relationship as much because there is a reason behind it. So
Absolutely.
that's what it takes, then that's what it takes.
So one more relationship that we got to get into before the night is over. Ti's daughter, Zanique. Ti and Tiny's daughter, Zanique. Her baby daddy says he's blowing up anything if she tries to move on. How many of y'all ladies heard y'all man tell y'all some shit like that before? I kill you if you leave me. I kill that nigga if I catch you with somebody else.
Oh my
Kill
God.
both of y'all motherfuckers. Why I sound like I got this motherfucker down pat? How
You
many
do?
how many of y'all have heard y'all mate tell y'all that if y'all move on, I'm blowing up this whole entire world? What we talk about, Ish?
So, for all those who don't know, Zanique is the daughter of Tiny, who is Ti's wife. Now, this is not Ti's biological daughter, but he's pretty much raised her. And so, Zanique is in a relationship and has a daughter with Izzy, who is a rap artist, I believe. And he basically said that if she gets a new boo, he fucking shit up. He is intervening in any way, shape, or form that he can. And he's not going to make it easy or pretty for that relationship to exist. And in this, I think it was an 8 or 9 minute little back and forth interview that they had going on, he also stated that basically, they are simply together just for co-parenting, not that he doesn't love her or what have you. But he can't really deal with her attitude, and if it was up to him, he would have been hit the road, and vice versa. He knows that she would have been left and has put up with some shit. So that little interview was interesting because a lot unfolded, and it's got it's got the socials going crazy right now. Um I don't know. Like, don't cock block, sir. Fucking beat it. If I leave you and we done, beat it.
This is another example why everything does not need to be addressed on social media. If
Thanks.
your co-parenting skills were at an all-time high, y'all been co-parenting and taking care of your child at an amazing level.
Mm,
Why do you need to mess that up? Because now what has happened is we've allowed the world to come in and drop their opinions, and now those two have been exchanging back and forth with each other. So just the other day, Zanique said, "I don't care, nigga. I ain't really like you. I like girls."
facts.
So it ain't even nothing about that. I could care less what you talking about. So that right there only opens up other cans of worms for things to be said. Now the relationship is strained. Now you know who hurts in that situation? The child, because
Yep.
I heard people saying negative things and this, that, and third. Now I'm staying away because my feelings hurt and I'm in my feelings, so you can't see your child.
Mhm.
This is the reason why things don't always need to be exposed on social media. I understand that it was a joking type of matter. They were having a jokeful back and forth because they have an amazing relationship. As you can see, they're still quote unquote friends and they have a child together. But now it has taken its own life of itself because we invited the world to come in, the public opinion, and now skew those thoughts. And now those two are exchanging words back and forth. What about that, Ish?
That's insanity to me. Like, I get it sometimes, as I think all of us at some point has stepped into the role of content creator, right? And I think, for them, this was content that they wanted to, share with others, just whether it was in regards to co parenting, whether it was just to shed a light on their relationship, whatever. They decided to create this bit of content, hopefully to gain more followers, more viewers, or to just give their current fan base something. Okay, just a taste of something. But what I think people don't realize is on the other end of that, it could actually balloon into something a lot nastier, a lot bigger than what it was originally intended, to do. And now they could be beefing back and forth about bullshit. Because now they got so many people leaving comments, and Zanique saying that now her DMs is blowing up with all the pretty girls ready to play. Like, and who's to say that there is not backlash coming from Izzy on the other end, like, oh, now you want to play with all the hoes or whatever the case may be. So I think that sometimes, content can cause confusion.
Sometimes we don't even need to put it out there because if you, and I think we do this as people, we do this a lot.
Mhm.
We so want to tell our story and not understanding what comes after that. What
Mhm.
happens if you have a change of heart? What happened if you have a light bulb moment or an epiphany and you said, damn, I actually kind of contributed to the demise of us. I miss you. I wish I would have handled things a little differently. I wish I said it would have, instead of jumping out the window, I wish I could have communicated a little bit more of my feelings, my emotions. And now
Mhm.
we're in this place. But now when you go to things like to social medias and all this other and do all these other antic type of things, you might left the other person on the other end of that jaded a little bit because maybe they was giving you the opportunity to get your shit together or think about it or just taking some time away from each other. We decompress and then we come back together after we had our moment. But now I'm seeing you moving real silly and doing other kind of crazy shit. Now I'm like, whoa,
Right.
whoa, is this you? Is this the real you? Because Is this what I'm going to have to go through again if we get? So you don't never know what could transpire from just a moment of just, hold, let me think different. Let me just not put that. Let me put my phone down. Let me
Yeah.
not. Let me close the Instagram and the Facebook app, because it could be a detriment to what you're trying to build later on. Even if it's not with that person, what if it's somebody else? Right?
Mhm.
As much as we want to say, "Oh, I'm not going to hold somebody hostage for their past," we do. We do.
Mhm.
We will sit here and we will say and put in our mind 1,000 times over the things that they went through with somebody else, or this, that, and the third, and we will now put ourselves in that light of someone else's a lot of the times.
Mhm.
We can't lie to ourselves and say we don't. We do. So in a situation like that, Ish, how do we combat these type of things from happening? Or just being, what is it? Maturity? Is it time? What is
Mhm.
it?
Um, I think it's hard to combat that, honestly, because forever, sometimes forever the mind will be a revolving hamster wheel. So even even if you say, hey, listen, every person is not the same in every situation, or every reaction is not going to always effectuate an end game for this person. It's still difficult to remove it from your train of thought or from your mind in regards to the past and how it could play a role in the future. So I don't know if you can actually combat it, Nell. Like, I don't know. Or if you do combat it, do you combat it temporarily? You know what I mean? And then, like, for a moment in the beginning, and then should a situation arise, or some discrepancy arise, and then it's right back. I don't really know if you can fully combat it. But
Yeah,
what I
it might just be, yo, let me just not say that. For just the betterment and detriment of our relationship. Let me just not say that.
Mhm.
Even if we're friends, let's not, like, we was talking about this, and you'll see this on the upcoming episode that's airing right after we leave, after we get off of here tonight. Love and loyalty, right? I said this. I don't care. Somebody asks us, we ask this question all the time: what would you rather have, respect or loyalty? And my answer is always going to be, I want somebody to be loyal to me more or less than respect me. And you might, well, why wouldn't you want respect over loyalty? Because this is my interpretation of it, right? Let's say me and each have a disagreement, and you say something disrespectful to me, right? Our loyalty to each other will allow me to understand that as just a being in the moment type of situation. That doesn't mean I'm a disband from her. That doesn't mean our friendship is over. That doesn't mean that I can't be around her anymore. It just means that moment right there got disrespectful. But the loyalty and love that we have each for each other allows us to come and have a sit down with each other and say, yo, that landed on me wrong. That was kind of, I felt that as a disrespect. You want to clarify that for me, or you want to understand that, and then allow her to explain.
Mhm.
That's why if you only have respect for me and no loyalty, then you'll do me any kind of way. You'll
Mhm.
just do it in a respectful way to where I might not find out, or you're coming to see. I don't want that. I want you to, if you loyal, be loyal to me. We ain't always got to be on the same page to have loyalty. We ain't always got to be on the same page to have respect. But when you're loyal to somebody, you don't deviate away from it. You stand up for them in their lowest moments. You stand up for them in their highest. You're cheering for them, whether if they're up or down. You got their back, even if y'all have y'all issues or not, because you know what? You're loyal. The respect might not be there at that very moment, but the loyalty is surely there. And for me, that's how it works. So that's why I said, in a situation like that, I'm gonna just not say nothing and not add fuel to the fire, because the loyalty is always going to outweigh the respect for me.
Right.
But that's a
Look
whole
what he said. I know we getting ready to wrap it up and run on over to the main event. So, but look at T's comment, and this is true.
yeah, that works with sane people. No, the people, everybody not sane.
That's right,
Hey,
nonsense.
that's the reason why we call Uncensored Minds, and we appreciate y'all for coming on tonight for our live show. Going on over to our tape show at 9 p.m. It's going to be a doozy. It's going to be a good show. You know what I mean?
Great show. And it's a special erotic zone. It is now the T zone tonight. So ladies, make sure
what up, S gang? Y'all gonna be
what up? It's the T zone tonight. Shout out to our boy T. Please make sure to throw up some hearts. Can I make a heart? Some hearts and some birthday cakes as he goes into yet another year around the sun tomorrow. So make sure we show T some love. We appreciate you, boss man. We love you.
So definitely let's flood the Uncensored Minds page tomorrow. You know a birthday post is definitely gonna come.
Absolutely.
Let's the Uncensored Minds page heavy. Saying happy birthday to our very own the kid, my friend, my brother T. Let's show him some love tomorrow. Also, Tuesday, very special day for me. My father, one of the other halves of this, the dynamic that brought me into this world, will be turning 75. Each 70.
Amen.
Oh,
yeah, that's what I'm talking
and
about.
I love to see it. I love to see it. My dad is a whole different person at this age than he was early on in life, and I get to enjoy him more now than I did as a child growing up because we can relate on a lot of different levels. So shout outs to my dad, shout outs to Roosevelt. I love you, Pop. Happy birthday, happy 75th, my boy. T, happy 44th birthday to T.
Yeah.
Cash that man $44 for his 44th birthday. Why not? Why not? And we're gonna have a wonderful day. Shout outs to the twins, Saya, Dior. Their birthday is this week as well.
Wow.
You know, they'll be turning 2 years old. So we gotta shout out to all the people that is doing major things as a part of the youth family. We appreciate y'all and we love y'all. Get up out of here.
Yes. The video is loading up. So take a potty break, grab some snacks, grab your water, grab your wine, get ready for another iconic episode coming up, 165. We'll see you guys over in the chat.
I'm sick. I'm not as sick. I'm still a little sick. I'm under the weather a little bit. I'm over the weather a little bit, but I'm still having a hard time right now tonight. My Cowboys lost. We are no longer in the playoffs. We took an L to the Green Bay Packers. Shout out to the Packers for coming into our house and dominating. Also, other teams that have won this past weekend. Shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs beating the Miami Dolphins. And the Buffalo Bills game and Pittsburgh Steelers game was moved to tomorrow night at 4:30. So you'll be able to see two Monday night games tomorrow. You'll be able to see the Bills and Steelers, and you'll see each is Philadelphia Eagles and Tampa Bay Buccaneers tomorrow to finish up the first round of the playoffs. And we'll see who was going on to the next round. But shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs. Shout out to the Green Bay Packers. And right now, Los Angeles and Detroit is playing to see who will move on as well. So hopefully the team that you're rooting for is still moving on. And if they're not, like my Cowboys, it's always the next season, right? Shout outs to everybody out there. Y'all have a wonderful, great night and have a beautiful week coming up as well. And again, happy birthday
to all the Capricorns. Peace. See you guys in the chat in a few minutes.
Fuck them Capricorns.
Leo.